Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Shahid bin Abdul Qadri. My matrix number is 1210103259. Today, I want to present about background of fire hazard. Fire hazard are workplace dangers that entail the presence of a flame and has a likelihood of an uncontrollable fire or increase the intensity of a fire if one does develop. The following are example of fire hazard: flame, spark, hot item, flammable substance, and chemical accelerants are all things that can speed up of the spread of a fire. The terms fire hazard refer to a wide range of potential dangers. It encompasses everything that prevents fire protection material or equipment from working properly, as well as anything that prevent people from acting in a fire safe manner. A barrier that prevents safe escape and a faulty sprinkler system, for example, are both considered fire danger. This is due to this is due to the fact that a facility's degree of risk influence both the likelihood of a fire and severity of the potential harm caused by a fire if one does occur. Next, I want to talk about a convenience store in Mid Valley is on fire incident. A convenience store in the Mid Valley shopping mall in Kuala Lumpur was damaged in a fire at 7 p.m. A fire broke out at a shop on the mall's ground level, causing dense smoke to fill the building and forcing police to order everyone outside the building. Customer and employees of the business and the mall congregate. The fire also destroyed all the store's merchandise, although there were no casualties. The fire is said to have started when a fuse box in the store produced spark, causing part of the building within the store to burn. The mall's emergency sirens rang out at about 7:15 p.m., following which thousands of shoppers were evacuated immediately. The fire and rescue department managed to bring the fire under control in less than 20 minutes. There were no injury reports. In the past 5 months, this is the second incident of a fire breaking out at the Mid Valley Mega Mall. The next incident, a chemical factory fire in Pulau Indah Industrial Park. The Selangor Fire and Rescue Team's quick action in putting out a fire at a chemical plant in the Pulau Indah Industrial Park here prevent the fire from spreading to neighboring enterprise. The chemical facilities was destroyed to the tune of 80%, while the recycle plant and the nearby factory were damaged to the tune of 20% and 30%, respective. Following the incident, a total of 50 policemen and personnel include the hazardous material unit hazmat were dispatched to the scene. Hazmat was summoned since the factory in question was chemical related and we had information regarding the chemical odor. The fire could be contained within 50 minutes, preventing it from spreading to a nearby company, the store, car oil, a paint plant, and combustible goods. That's all from me. Thank you. I will pass to the next presenter.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Nuraiman bin Ahmad Nazri. My ID number is 1210103240 and I'm from Limoges 4. Okay, For my part, I want to talk about analysis of fire risk. There are two incidents that we choose. First, the burn shop at Mid Valley, Kuala Lumpur, and second is burning out a chemical plant at Pulau Indah, Selangor. A fire broke out in a retail lot of the Mid Valley Mega Mall shopping center on October 17, 2017 at 8:30 p.m. The fire was believed to have started in a room on the mall's third level. The fire began when a fax machine in the room caught fire. It was swiftly brought under control. However, this category is designed as a secondary fire because of the fire risk analysis. Okay, secondary fire, as we all know, refers to the burning of combustible components that are directly involved in the process and are currently prevalent inadvertently. For example, flammable insulation on boats, pipelines, and electrical wires, as well as raw materials and products stored in storage. The fire may have originated when a fax machine in the room caught fire, according to the event, as smoke filled the area above the floor. People were told to leave, and 10 additional business, among others, were forced to close. Okay, next, I want to talk about evacuation procedure and firefighting equipment use. Inside 7:30 p.m., a fire started out at the Mid Valley Mega Mall in Kuala Lumpur. Customers are being evacuated from the mall in order to ensure their safety. According to on the ground source, sprinklers are being activated in the parking space, including the basement floors. The mall's management activated the fire alarm, and people fled to save their life. Firefighters arrived minutes after receiving a public call. The type of fire that happened in this incident was an electrical fire. This includes fire involving electrical systems. However, when the electric component is removed, the fire department used a CO2 type fire extinguisher, which is designed for electrical fires and is frequently used in computer server rooms. They can also put out Class B flames. CO2 extinguisher suffocate flames by removing the oxygen required for the fire to start. This contain only compressed carbon dioxide gas and therefore leave nothing behind. Okay, about the chemical plant at Pulau Indah. A chemical business on Pulau Indah caught fire at 6:40 p.m. and firefighters arrived 40 minutes after receiving the call. While waiting for the fire department, the plant's manager urged to all employees to leave the building and move to the location mentioned in the evacuation plan. There were no casualties as a result of the incident. The fire department has used fire extinguishers such as fire hose cabinets. The fire rail hose cabinet is a metal box that is used to store fire equipment in public areas and buildings. In addition, the plant made use of the sprinkler. A fire sprinkler system is an essential part of any fire prevention system, serving as the first line of defense against unforeseen fires.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Mavitri and I will present about application of related laws and regulation. Fire Service Act 1988, an act to make necessary provision for the effective and efficient functioning of the fire and rescue department for the protection of persons and property from fire risk and for purpose connected therewith. This act, unless the context otherwise requires, this act includes regulations and other subsidiary legislation made under this act, Act Law of Malaysia Act 341. Fire hazard means, first, any unlawful alteration to any building such as might render escape from any part thereof in the event of a fire materially more difficult or less easy than would be if the alteration had not been made. Second, the overcrowding of any place of public entertainment or public gathering such as might render escape from any part thereof in the event of a fire difficult. Third, any removal or absence from any building of any firefighting equipment or fire safety installation that is required by law to be provided in the building. Fourth, the presence within or outside any building of any firefighting equipment or fire safety installation or any facility installed in accordance with the requirement of any written law or as required by the fire and rescue department that is not in efficient working order. Fifth, inadequate means of exit from any part of a building to any place, whether within or outside the building, that provides safety to person in the event of a fire. Okay, next. First, there should be a fire and rescue department of the Federation. Second, there shall be a Director General of Fire and Rescue and such number of Deputy Directors General of Fire and Rescue, Assistant Directors General of Fire and Rescue, Directors of Fire and Rescue, and other senior fire officer and fire officer as may be necessary for the effective and efficient functioning of the department. Third, there should be a Director of Fire and Rescue for each of the state of Malaysia. Fourth, the appointment of the Director General and of every Deputy Director General, Assistant Director General and Director should be notified in the Gazette. And lastly, every fire officer should be subject to the control and direction of the Director General. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Karim Ibrahim bin Syarif Sinan Nizam. My ID number is 1210103248 and I'm from Dimash 4. Okay. Today, I will talk about the corrective and preventive measure to prevent the reoccurrence of the fire incident in the shopping mall. So, because of the variety of outlet stores and the diverse demographic that visit shopping mall, there are most difficult retail complexes to design a fire safety system for. Consider the biggest fire safety concern that shopping mall confront, as well as the strategies employed to address them. So the first one is the commercial kitchen. The mall, food court and the restaurant have kitchens with hot surfaces, hazardous cooking fuel and open flames. When these factors are combined with the frenetic environment of a commercial kitchen, you have a leading cause of fire in the shopping mall. So, restaurants in your mall must have adequate fire safety measures in place, such as vent hood system, automatic fire suppression and large-scale fire extinguisher. Routine testing and maintenance guarantee that this component remain operational in the event of fire. So, they must always test the fire safety equipment every week or once a week. So next is electrical malfunction. Electricity is a top source of fires in shopping mall, whether it's overheated electrical line or a stray spark from a defective junction box. So to avoid the fire concern, all the permanent wiring must be installed and serviced by a certificate electrician. In addition, any portable electrical equipment utilized in your retail center must exceed safety regulation to guarantee that it does not prevent as unnecessary risk. So, the last one is arson, smoking and flammable or combustible material. So, because of the high transitory population and occurrence of loitering, shopping malls have a higher than average risk of fire compared to the other retail business. These persons are more prone to smoke inside the structure or intentionally ignite a fire. Security staff and monitoring camera aid in the preventive of this problem. So, short-term staff is also more likely to make mistakes on the job, such as improperly storing flammable and combustible goods, which can lead to a fire. So, even incorrect disposable box and the other packing debris from the item shipment might result in a fire danger in a retailer bedroom. So, the second incident is the fire incident in the chemical power plant. So, the first stage in dealing with the possible hazard of a fire chemical factory is to assess the risk, which after a suitable protection level should be applied to reduce the possibility of a leak, and the fundamental principle of process safety should be adopted in every chemical process. Similarly to mitigation of repercussion, and the fundamental principle of a fire protection should be used. To ensure a proper protection system are used, it is critical these two major aspects are managed to be assessed by specialists and in process safety and fire protection. So, a sprinkler system can help to suppress a chemical plant fire by cooling and soaking the surrounding area, but it cannot extinguish a flame involving flammable gas, liquefied flammable gases, and low flash point flammable liquid. So, the special fire protection system that safeguard vital equipment from a fire damage may those required further do. So, particularly if loss of equipment and component might result in the catastrophic losses as indicated above. So, containment system may incorporate emergency drainage that drains to a secondary containment area to assist in the removal of released liquid and discharge water to in-compound area situated away from equipment and structure. So, the sprinkler installed close to the ceiling may be ineffective to manage CPI applied. So, the sprinkler are frequently installed far below ceiling or beneath open material grating, which can cause sprinkler activating to be significantly delayed. So, these two are two common causes for this delay. So, the first is stratification. The height means the height ceiling height. They may be indicate the fire plumb buoyancy and the temperature. So, the sparkler may be active within the first few minutes of a fire, and even a tiny delay, the sprinkler activation, especially given the high hazard chemical included in the CPI, can imply complete loss of control fire and resulting in a disaster. So, the next one is design. So, as in this event of fire beneath an open metal grating, there may be no ceiling jet development to prompt sprinkler activation. So, indicate the sprinkler system design can result in a total loss of fire control and catastrophic loss scenario. So, the process safety must be used for loss prevention to reduce the possibility of loss occurring, and it must be paired and with active and passive fire protection to mitigate the effect. These teams should not be regarded independently, but rather as a proactive and reactive system that function independent. It is critical that these issues are handled and assessed by a professional. In the domain of fire prevention and process safety guarantee that proper protection plans are implemented. So that's all from me. Thank you.
So, the conclusion is a better understanding of the various components that contribute to the threat of fire has resulted in significant breakthrough in commercial building fire protection over time. Improvements to public fire protection system and service, as well as increased use of private active or passive system through fire protection and loss control engineering have resulted in lower overall fire costs. To achieve a similar level of fire safety, other strategies might be applied to optimize both fire safety and total cost for a commercial structure. To overall impact of all fire protection elements should be analyzed, and a variety of passive and active fire systems as well as market consideration should be reviewed. Okay, that's all from me and my group. Thank you.